5.5 is looking like an absolute banger, and honestly, the Primogem situation, we are in an amazing spot. With the juicy banners coming up, if you've got the self-control to hold back on spending your primos, then you're looking at 100 wishes just sitting there waiting for you. No copium, no sugarcoating, just raw, unfiltered primo gains. So yeah, this is the good news you guys have been waiting for. I'm covering everything. Perhaps you've lost to Furina banners? Don't worry, we'll cover the primos left in this patch. What's dropping in the first phase, 5.5, and what's cooking in the second phase 2. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly where you stand and whether your primos are ready for war or not. This is about to be one juicy breakdown, so stick around. Oh, and of course, I shouldn't leave you guys hanging without a little extra help. To celebrate, I'm hosting a 10 Welkin Moon giveaway at 10,000 subscribers. That's an extra 3,000 Primogems just for 10 lucky winners. And the best part? You don't have to do much to enter. Just like the video, drop a comment, and subscribe so I can feel your presence. But hey, if you know a Welkin isn't enough to save you, then feel free to visit my partner, U7Buy. U7Buy is hands down the best platform I've used to save money on in-app purchases. For example, instead of paying $100 for a Genesis Crystal Pack, you can get it for just $79. All you have to do is enter your UID and server, sit back and watch it appear in your account within minutes. If you're looking to get it cheaper, then you'd love to see the special offers on their site. And look, I get it. It's normal to be skeptical, but trust me, there's nothing to worry about because they've got tons of positive reviews on Trustpilot. So yeah, what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or pinned comment to get an extra discount off your next purchase. U7Buy, your gateway to the best gaming deals. All right, back to business. Before we even start counting up those primos, we need to have a realistic idea of what we're aiming for when pulling a character. And for that, I took a little trip to my favorite wish tracking site, paimon.moe, because numbers don't lie. Looking at the global wish stats from the recent Furina and Radiance banners, there's a clear pattern. Most people, just like you and me, landed their 5-star pull around 76 or 77 pity. That's where the magic happens. But what's really wild? Some absolute legends hit their 5-star on the very first pull. 766 lucky travelers out of 71,628 to be exact. Not exactly a common occurrence, but hey, a win's a win. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 50-50 win rate from this banner isn't exactly 50%, it's actually 55.86%. That's slightly above the expected 50%. But to be honest, no surprise there. And I'd bet my primos that it's thanks to the Radiance Mechanism doing its thing, which is just a bit off the statistics rate. But it makes sense when you consider how many people were walking in with guaranteed Radiance pulls. Alright, listen up, we aren't losing here. If you're going for Xilonen, expect to use around 77 wishes. But if you lose the 50-50, then yeah, she's coming home at 1 pity. So that's 78 wishes in total. Now if you've got a guaranteed Radiance stacked up, here's where things get spicy. After losing 2 50-50 since 5.0, your next loss is automatically a guaranteed Radiance trigger. But don't get it twisted. That Radiance only activates if you actually lose that 50-50. If Hoyoverse decides to bless you with a win, then you just drop back by 1 Radiance point. If that sounded like a headache, don't worry. I've got a full breakdown of the Radiance system linked in the description for those who want to go full detective mode. But for now, let's not waste time. Here's the estimate of wishes you'd need for C0, C0R1, C1R1, and C2. Take a sec, pause the video if you need to, and soak it all in. Alright, if you're done taking in the wish estimates, let's talk about the Primogem counts. As promised, I'll be breaking it down phase by phase, starting with what's left in this phase. Now this phase is basically on life support. We've only got 10 days left, from March 17th to March 26th. But hey, that doesn't mean we can't squeeze out a few more primos before it wraps up. Now don't get your hopes up for the Paimon shop or the Imaginarium Theater. Those won't reset until April 1st, so no freebies from there. But the Traveler's Tales event is still on the table, and listen, if you've been putting it off till the last day thinking you can clutch it, bad news, there's a limited number of characters that spawn each day. So if you wait too long, there won't be enough characters to talk to and you'll be cooked. That said, I've gone through half of it already, so let's play it fair and count half the original rewards, 60 primos. The latest event, Real Adventure, is wrapping up in 6 days. To be fair, even I haven't done it, so if you haven't collected those 400 primos, now's the time. And if you still haven't redeemed the livestream codes, seriously, what are you waiting for? Go redeem those things already, the codes are over here so you can pause to take a screenshot. That said, that's pretty much what's left for this patch. 1,760 Primogems. Not too much, but come on, it's 11 whole wishes. So if you've lost 50-50 to Furina, you might still get her. Alright, now that we've covered the leftovers from this phase, it's time to dive into every new source of Primogems in 5.5's first phase. And let me tell you, if you're looking to stack up Primos, this is the phase to do it. The second phase is looking a little drier in comparison. Like every other patch, 5.5 is running for 6 weeks, 42 days total, kicking off March 26th and lasting until May 7th. The first phase, 21 days long, wrapping up on April 16th. And since we're counting Primo's timeline style, let's start from the moment the update drops. First thing first, 600 free Primogems straight out the gate for server maintenance. We all love those. Then we've got our trusty daily commissions stacking up to 1,260 Primos across the entire phase. But that's just the start, because the real fun begins with a new region. A new area means a whole new world quest plus some juicy dragon lore, which, at the bare minimum, is giving us 500 Primos. Bare minimum. We're playing it safe with these estimates, but trust me, it could easily be more. Now, exploration, you already know how this goes. Unlocking the map, opening chests, solving puzzles, and just running around enjoying the sunlight easily grants another 1,400 Primos up for grabs. And that's not even including the extra goodies from unlocking the Statue of the Seven and teleport waypoints, both underground and on the surface, which should add another 150 Primos to the pile. Again, underestimating it here, so the actual number might be better. Here's the funny part. The Spiral Abyss reset lands right on April 16th, which is technically right between the first and second phase. But for the sake of keeping things simple, let's just lump it into the first phase. And if you've been following along with me, you already know that the new standard I roll with for Abyss rewards is 700 Primos. So yeah, that's another 700 straight into the stash. Alright, Imaginarium Theater resets on April 1st, and that's another easy 800 Primos if you're crushing it, or 700 Primos if things get a little rough. I won't assume everyone's got the same squad strength. Some of you are breezing through, while others are fighting for your lives. So yeah, you decide which number fits you best. Either way, it's a solid pile of Primos. Next up, achievements in the first phase. That's a clean 275 Primos coming our way. And here's something easy to miss. The Natlan offering system is getting upgraded to level 40 this patch. If you've been stacking sigils, make sure to cash them in, because each level hands out 50 Primos, which means 500 Primos total. It's not the flashiest source of Primos, but hey, free is free, especially when it's just coming from stuff you were already doing while exploring to get Primos. So in some way, you're making free Primos. Oh, and don't forget the Genshin trial plays. That's 40 more Primogems just for messing around with new characters. Varesa and Xianyun will be the characters you're testing out, so make sure to test the handling of both characters so that you can decide on who exactly to pull for. On the topic of characters, let's not forget Varesa Story Quest, which will grant another 120 Primogems. The Hangout event will also be another 120, so yeah, don't forget those. Now let's talk events, because I stumbled on a pretty nice surprise. First off, Tournament of Glory and Bloom is not the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Don't get them mixed up. The championship event is happening at the end of the Glory and Bloom event and lasts until the second phase. To make it easier for you to understand, the Tournament of Glory will start on March 28th and will last till April 14th, while the championship will start on April 14th and will last into the second phase. But here's where things get spicy. The Tournament of Glory is throwing out a very generous 840 Primogems. Not just that, but also 540,000 Mora, and we're not even close to done. There's also some kind of unrevealed currency, so we'll have to wait and see what that's about. And if you thought that was it, nah, I'm happy to burst your bubble. That's only the first page of rewards. Flip over to the second page and we've got even more, including our free Auroron and a huge level boost for the Battle Pass. So yeah, if you're grinding BP, this is your chance to stack those levels up. And hey, who knows? I might do a BP giveaway. The only thing holding me back has been the annoying extra requirements. Genshin makes it trickier than just needing your UID and server. So yeah, trickier than a Welkin, but we'll see. Anyway, back to the count, let's keep it moving. Alright, Paimon's shop resets on April 1st, the same time as Imaginarium Theater, so you already know the drill. Exchange that Stardust for an easy 5 wishes or 800 Primogems. And hey, if you wished on Furina's banner, then you might have some extra star glitter lying around. If that's the case, that's another wish right there, which means 160 more Primos in the bag. Next, we've got the web event rolling in with a quick 40 Primogems. Nothing crazy, but free is free. On top of that, throughout the patch, we'll be seeing around 200 Primogems worth of redeem codes drop, so keep an eye out for those. Now let's talk about the Ultimate Fighting Championship event. It's handing out 420 Primogems, which, yeah, kinda underwhelming when you compare it to the Tournament of Glory dropping a massive 840 Primos. But hey, let's not get too greedy. Primos are Primos. And one last thing, daily login rewards from HoYoLab. If you're consistent, you can snag an extra 40 Primos on the 11th day. But that one's totally optional, so I won't be adding it to the count. So with all that added up, free-to-play players can save up 8,925 Primogems in the first phase, which is about 56 wishes. And if we stack that up with the remaining Primos from the end of 5.4, then guess what? We land right at 77 wishes. How perfect is that? Alright, let's speedrun the second phase Primogems real quick. So we're looking at 2 events this time, but there's a bit of a mystery here. Hiragara claims that both phases combined will give us 2,360 Primogems, but my table only shows 1,780 Primos for this phase. That's a 620 Primogem gap. If you know what's up, drop a comment because something's not adding up here. But since Hiragara has been pretty spot on with these things, we'll stick to his numbers. That means for the second phase events, we're looking at 1,100 Primogems, and in case you're wondering, that's coming from Rhythm Ball Metzli and Quaking Quacky Arena. Now moving on, Paimon's shop resets on May 1st, dropping another free 800 Primogems. And alongside that, we get another Imaginarium Theater reset, giving us another 800 Primogems. Adjust accordingly based on your squad's strength. We also have new achievements rolling in, roughly 200 Primogems there. Then as always, daily commissions over 21 days. That's 1,260 Primogems locked in. The character trial for this patch will also toss in another 40 Primogems, easy grab. And lastly, for my Welkin winners out there, or just anyone holding a Welkin Moon, expect a smooth 3,000 Primogems over the full patch duration. So for free-to-play players, you can save up 13,125 Primogems, or about 82 wishes, and if you've got a Welkin, then expect 16,125 Primogems, exactly 100 wishes. Now if you don't have a Welkin and saved from the remaining of this patch till Xilonen and Venti's banner, then you can enjoy 14,885 Primogems, or about 93 whole wishes. Spend this wisely, and you're definitely getting something good, but, well, of course, if you had a Welkin, then add 3,000 to that, making 17,885 Primogems, or about 112 wishes. So yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. Whether for me or the 10,000 sub giveaway, it's a win-win. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.